Right guys, and welcome back to video number 2. So this is video series number 2 of the BMW M3 vehicle that we're working on now. So you're gonna have to kind of fill the gaps in your head. There's nothing I can do about that. There's lots of people working in the body shop. I can't always stop so I can make a video, but I will do my best. So what we've basically done is the new rear quarter's gone in, been painted and obviously fit onto the car. And then what it's in the booth having now is a spray filler. So it's quite a thick filler that comes through a gun. It's porous, so it has to be sealed in, but it's quite thick. And what it's going to do is allow us to fill up, or allow us to have that little bit more build than a 2-pack filler would, a 2-pack primer would have, just to make sure we can flat all the imperfections. Now, most of this ends up on the floor, guys. Most of it will end up on the floor. But if you ever see an M3, and I'm not necessarily saying do it, but if you rub your hand across the back of any M3, because there's support bars in here, there's a little ripple to the tailgate. We're obviously not having that. We're sorting that out. So here you can see the bits that aren't exactly 100% perfect are the bits that we've hit with this spray filler, just so we can make sure that once we block this flat, we can then put some 2K high build primer on, flat that, and it's going to give us every opportunity to make this car as perfect as it can be. So thank you for watching video number 1. Apologies that again that they're a little bit higgledy-piggledy, and there's not a lot I can do about that. We've got to get a GoPro, but the gaffer said if I want one, I've got to buy it myself. So if you can like and subscribe to this channel, I might earn some money, which means I can afford to buy a GoPro. So share it with your mates, like, comment and subscribe, and hopefully we can get a GoPro. But yeah, here we go. So tomorrow it's going to come out the booth. This is all going to be flatted with kind of 320 and then 500. It'll then come back in the booth and the whole car will be primed. The wings are coming off, the whole body will be primed, including all the other door. Everything will all be done, and then that'll be ready to flat off, and then we can paint and lacquer it. So we're, I would say, 50% the way there now. So we're probably halfway through. Now the rest of this video is hopefully going to be a time lapse of these panels being flatted, and then hopefully I'll come in the booth when we're putting the primer on, and I'll video that as well. So enjoy the time lapse, guys. Remember, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you shortly. Hi guys, so we've just been talking for like 5 minutes and realised I hadn't pressed record, so that's feeling a bit stupid now. So the car's in the spray booth, so you've seen the time lapse of it getting flatted down. So this primer that you can see is, so this stuff here is spray filler primer, so it's porous, so we need to seal that now with a 2K primer, and we're using MIPA 4:1 on this. And then all of the bits that have got little bits of filler in, we'll have 2 coats. We'll have 1 coat over those first, so we'll come in, we'll put a coat here, a little bit down here, a little bit up here. On the bonnet we'll cover the bare metal bits and the bits of and the little bits of filler. On the back we'll put a full wet coat here, coats up here on the bits of the roof. We'll leave it to flash off, and then the rest of the car will have 2 full coats of primer on it. So the bits of filler will have 3, and all the other bits will have 2. That's going to give us a nice build to block into. It's also going to give us, hopefully, we then won't burn through that, flatten it down. If we do, before we paint the car, we'll use a wet on wet sealer primer, which is what they call it in America, I think. So we'll put some wet on it then. So this is where we're up to so far, guys. I am going to bring the camera in and just record a little bit of him putting some primer on, and then I'll stick it in the corner and time lapse it. Now primer is a paint, so Andre, who's doing it, isn't going to be wearing a spray suit. The booth isn't clean, it's actually quite dirty. There's some water down here that's all filthy, but we're only primering the car. So the idea of primer is most of it will come off the car. So this job, once this job's done, the walls have got a tacky on them. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there you go. They've got like a tacky on them, which is what all these bits of kind of shit are, stuck to the walls where it's dirt, where the overspray's been stuck to the wall. So before we actually paint this car, so we've got to primer these bits, then we'll go outside, we've got some bits of primer out there. Once all that's done, booth's 23 degrees. So once that's done, we'll give the booth a good clean out while the car's being flatted down, and then the booth will be pristinely clean before we go ahead and do it. So these are the other bits that have got to be done. So all these also need primering. So the next bit you'll see is a bit of footage of the car being done, and then again I like to show you the rest of the workshop. So cars in for repairs, some new cars outside, and that's where we're at, guys. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. There'll be a little bit of footage of it being primed, and then a little bit of a time lapse. So here we are in the spray booth now with Andre. Say hello, Andre. So like I said in a little bit over the primed areas of the cut through first. So any of the little cut throughs, they're all going to get primed off. The booth's on quite, so you can see, Andre's priming there, quite high pressure, because we want the primer thick and flat. So we leave the most amount of build on there before we start blocking it down. So quite high pressure, thick and flat is what we're going for. The first one is just sealing in that epoxy primer that we put on, and then the next 2 coats will be the whole vehicle. So I'm just going to record this bit, and then the other bit, we'll put the camera in the corner, we'll stick it on time lapse, and you can see the rest of it being done. So if you guys remember, this is the new rear quarter that was put in. So there we go guys, that's all the burn through's done now. And all of the primed area's done now. Couple of minutes, let it flash off, get some more primer in the gun, and then the whole thing will have a full wet coat. And then another full wet coat, a bake, and we're there. Hi guys, so we've come to the end of this video now, and thank you very much for watching to the end if you have made it to the end. Apologies it ended a little bit abruptly, but the camera that we were using stopped time-lapsing. So these things happen. We are a new channel and these things are going to happen, unfortunately. We are going to have technical difficulties. But this is the end of episode 2 and we've already got quite a lot of footage for episode 3. So like, comment and subscribe and keep coming. So we've already got the next car booked in as well, which I'm going to show you in episode 4. There we go. It's getting exciting, isn't it? Thank you very much for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and hopefully we can get some more people watching the watching this build. Thank you, guys.